I have I have good practice. It's just it's more incentive for all of you listeners to actually watch this episode on on
That's
YouTube to
right.
see how good Jim looks.
See how good I
And
look today as
and
compared to previous
Jared.
episodes where I'm really ugly, as Jacob
Apparently,
had
yes,
mentioned.
yeah.
That's what you said, brother. I didn't. I'm not, you said it,
I
not
did
me.
say it. You're right.
We got some good topics coming up in the coming weeks. Next week, we're talking about managing expectations. That'll be fun because Major League Baseball is starting up this week, and that'll be the first weekend of live, actual Major League games. And managing expectations is a topic that stretches across high school, college, pro. So we'll be talking about that next week, episode 136. Again, subscribe to the YouTube page. Watch the show on YouTube, the Lab Epstein podcast page, and subscribe on the audio side. All right, a couple of things I do want to get to. Saw some things on Twitter this week. Hashtag cancel spring training. Speaking of all these injuries, I saw John Smoltz. He made a comment that got people into not so much an uproar, but they tried to make John Smoltz out to be an idiot, and I want to make those people now out to be an idiot. But I want to talk first about Shohei Ohtani, and I want to get your opinion on this in the World Baseball Classic that just ended. And what better way to end it, too, with Ohtani on the mound, Mike Trout in the box at the plate, two of the best players, arguably, on their respective teams. It's kind of hard to believe, too, that those two players are on the same Major League Baseball team and they haven't made the playoffs in years, and the Angels probably aren't going to make the playoffs this year. It's amazing to me. It's astounding that those two guys are on the same team and they're not going to the postseason. They haven't been to the postseason, probably won't go this year. Nevertheless, though, besides the point, with Shohei Ohtani, we did a mechanical breakdown on him a couple of years ago. And the one thing, and I said this, scouts talked about Shohei Ohtani and said he probably wasn't going to be a very good hitter at the major league level, probably just a one-way player, which would have been him as a pitcher. You said a couple of years ago, I agreed with you, that Shohei Ohtani could be a really great hitter when he puts on more weight, he gains more muscle, and more importantly, he gains more strength. And you look at Shohei Ohtani,
Oh,
for
he's
lack of a
huge.
better term, that guy's a beast. He
Oh,
put on the muscle, he got stronger, and he's arguing. I'm saying this is my opinion. I think he is the best, no disrespect to Babe Ruth. He is the best two-way player that we will ever see. And I hope people are taking snapshots in their head of this moment of time, watching Shohei Ohtani play in his prime as a two-way player, both a pitcher and a hitter.
yeah, I don't it's almost like his shoulders grew 6 inches in width since the
Yeah.
time he came up. He is so big and strong. And by the way, fast. I mean,
Yeah.
he beat out a routine ground ball to the second baseman who's playing deep in the World Baseball Classic. He beat it out. The guy runs. He's so fast. He's so athletic. He's not getting hurt. You know, he's going full speed. Maybe he's on a different program than everybody else is. Maybe everybody's pitching program needs a little bit more maintenance to it, you know, and a little bit less whatever's going on, you know, with all these pitchers getting hurt. I'm obviously not a pitching expert, but we are seeing a lot of that, you know, the last few years. So, but getting back to Otani, he is fantastic. He is great. And honestly, when I first saw a swing, I was like, I don't know, you know, he finds barrels. He's kind of it's kind of funny looking, you know. His lower body, you know, stretches out, and But I'll tell you what, the dude creates some serious bat speed, and his timing is very, very good. So his swing plane doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of that. That's how it is. And he hits the ball so hard that when he just misses it, it still goes over the fence. So he's an amazing player. And yes, pay that man his money. You know, he's going to get you 10 or 15 wins a year on the mound and maybe be a shutdown guy in the playoffs. And he's also going to hit, you know, whatever 2A. He's going to drive in close to 100 runs or 100 runs. He's going to hit 40 home runs. Like, I don't know. I don't have a problem with paying that dude $50 million a year. I really don't.
So I'm looking up Shohei Ohtani last year. This is kind of, I don't know, kind of little low to me, maybe.
Yeah.
But he finished last season with a WAR, wins above replacement as a position player, 3.4, but a 5-win position. Okay. So his WAR last year as a position player was 3.4. I don't know. I'm looking up what his WAR would have been if you're into that sort of thing. What his
Yeah,
WAR
with
would have
both.
been as a two-way player last year. All right, I can't find it. It was
Yeah, I don't
3.4
know if I've
last
seen
year.
that stat. They should make it.
Yeah. It was 4.9 in 2021. But still seems kind of low for Shohei Ohtani, right? You mentioned, 15 wins on the mound, and then as an offensive player, something I don't know. Maybe they had the analytical departments haven't crunched the numbers yet.
Yeah, I mean, offensively, he's 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 good, right? But I don't, you know, he's not like what did he hit? What did he last year? So I was pretty close last year. He hit 34 home runs.
Hmm.
He had 666 at bats. That's a full season right there. So he struck out 160 times. He had 273, good year, 95 runs batted in. That's a solid year. The year before, he hit 46 home runs and hit 257. Right, struck out almost 190 times. So, I mean, he's he's not the best offensive player in the league, but the fact that the dude, you know, goes out and wins 15 games a year makes it unbelievable. Meaning he's going to hit in the middle of the lineup of any team out there. It really is amazing what he's able to do.
Yeah.
And he doesn't really take batting practice on the field much. He takes it in the tunnel, he takes it off a machine, and he's so smooth and dedicated to his craft. I mean, you have to be super organized, right, to be a two-way player. I don't know. I can't wait to see where he ends up and how much money he gets.